morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Csrm for Customer Service Relationship Management, or rather, we say customer care. In continuation of our last class, we stopped at delivering customer care. We talked about customer care involve everyone in the organization. Then we talked about assessing where we are as an organization, where do we want to be. Then we also talked about how are we going to get there. In all this, you look at the implementation, or how you implement, and you review. So today our class is starting from developing communication skills. This is very key. See, a large part of customer service is how we communicate with our customers. Communication can be by face-to-face. Then we also have by telephone, by letter, by email, and to a lesser degree fax, which is really common these days. Then direct communication, whether by face-to-face or phone, involves asking questions. So asking questions, listening, and solving problems. So here are some thoughts on communicating with customers. Say, dealing with complaining customers. How do you deal with them? When a customer is complaining, they are usually in an emotive state of mind. So they can appear to be quite aggressive and threatening. So our role is to calm them down and try to solve their problem. So, and the best way to do this is to let them speak and get at their frustrations. Don't interrupt them. Then listening and showing empathy is good. Then you can also use what we call the NCG, as non-committal growth, or which demonstrate that you are listening without interruption. Then you must look concerned and empathize, but don't apologize until you are sure whether you are at fault. And this is key, so that way you will know how to help look for a logical solution to the issue. Then once they have calmed down, ask questions to clarify the full facts behind the issues, and then look for a solution. Because usually what they would like people to do is you just give them solution, and their solution is cheaper and easier to deliver than yours. Whatever happens, we negotiate a solution and hopefully get to do business with them again in the future. Then we talk about body languages as a customer service officer. Body language is understood by most people in business today. Inappropriate facial expression, posture, sharp movement can make situation more worse. It don't to keep an unhappy customer calm. Putting up barriers like folded arms, glaring, hiding behind folder or a desk. These are don'ts. As a customer service officer, you don't do that in front of an aggrieved customer, whether the customer is aggrieved or not. And we also have aggressive posture, finger pointing, posturing, hands on the hip, then feet apart, doesn't tell well. Then showing you are bored or irritated, foot tapping, sighing, or looking at the clock. It's not also proper. The do's to keep a customer happy: look serious and friendly, stay relaxed, use open gesture, make good but not excessive eye contact. Note, even when you are talking on the phone, these gestures can be communicated through your voice. So it's not only when it's a face-to-face thing, even on the phone, by the time you start talking, they feel it. So as a customer care officer, we must be conscious of all these things. And asking questions: the most effective questions are open questions, closed questions, and follow-up questions. Whichever, in any of them, open questions are questions useful because they enable several things. They enable us to do several things, you understand? Then, such as example of open questions are: we establish a rapport, then open up particular topics, then discover our customer feels. Open questions are those that cannot be answered by simple yes or no, but require customer to give more information. Exactly, like example is: what exactly is the problem? That's an open question. So you say, can you tell me what happened? Or how can I help you? Those are open questions. Then for closed questions can be equally useful because they enable us to gain specific information. Closed questions bring responses that harms us with facts or specific yes or no or opinion. For example, who did you speak to? What time did you call? What is your email address? So those are closed questions. Then we also have follow-up questions. Effective listening can involve the use of follow-up questions. The objective of follow-up questions are as follows: 1. To show interest and encourage the customer to keep talking. Then to increase the quality and quantity of information already gained. Then to confirm understanding of information already gained. Then examples of follow-up questions, they are like, so we originally said delivery to take a week. Was that acceptable to you? As a follow-up question. Then you can also say, you said you weren't happy with the service. What happened? Effective listening: when we take information, we do so by observing body language and listening to the word people speak and the tone of their voice. The word only accounts for a small percentage of the message we receive. It has been estimated that 7% of messages comes from the word we hear, 38% comes from the tone of our voice, and 55% comes from the body language we observe. So you see, it is very key. It's not about your voice. The tone of your voice matters as a customer care officer. So when you are talking to the person, you must be mindful, so you are not talking in a harsh tone or a reactive tone. Then your body language, so that you don't keep making unnecessary gesture and be making face. It is not proper in front of a customer. So then we have barriers to effective listening to be aware of. Then 1, listeners has preconceived ideas already. Then we have listeners think he or she knows more than the speaker. Listeners is thinking about something else. Listener is tired and uncomfortable. The listener is afraid of the speaker, or rather we say envious or just not interested. Then the listener is anxious to impute his or her idea. The person speaking has communication problem, mumbling, using jargons, or has heavy accent. There is external noise or interruption. The technique we can use to improve our listening skills in sales are verbal and non-verbal. As a customer care, to actually help you to be able to listen and attend to customers. So we'll take the verbal technique. Verbal techniques improve our listening skills and help us gain better listening of what is being said. These include clarifying. In order to increase the understanding of what is being said, we need to make it clear by asking for more details. You said that we didn't give you a name. Is that correct, sir? You understand? So that's it. Then we also have confirming. Instead of asking questions to clarify what is being said, we can state our understanding and check with the customers while asking for confirmation. So that is key. Say the person you spoke to before said delivery will be over the 2 weeks. Is that correct? So you are saying at present you would rather cancel the order. Is that the case? So you confirm so that the person tells you and you are sure of his own answer. Then we have the non-verbal techniques that encourages rapport and gives signals to the speaker. Examples of non-verbal are smiling warmly, nodding of the head, making regular eye contact. And we also have sitting in a relaxed position, changing facial expression in line with what is being said, then also making notes. All of these can be used for good effective communication. However, for obvious reasons, this should not be taken to the extreme. So we have staying positive. In staying positive, why as a customer service officer, why do we have to stay positive? Why is positive style of communication helpful? It's helpful. It helps to keep everyone calm, including you, the customer care officer, and also the customer. Then taking control of your actions gives you time to think, observe, and stay objective. It helps to prevent the situation from becoming worse, which will only give the customer something else to complain about. And we also have, it helps to counteract aggression. It's difficult to shout at someone who is calm and controlled. You are continuing to act in a professional manner on behalf of the company. No matter how you might feel about the situation, the customer, it is important to remember you are an ambassador for an organization, and that is very key. Then dealing with customers by telephone. Phone gives an instant access to our customers and can be an effective tool in improving our level of customer service. And that's true. In order to be most effective on telephone, it is best to be free from distractions and able to concentrate on your communication skills in full. So the key communication skills we need are listening, asking questions, and solving problems. So, but many people combine talking on the telephone with other activities such as using their computer, texting on their mobile, eating, or even listening to other persons. So it is not good. So the keys for communication we need is listening, then asking questions, solving the problem, then voice and manners. In order to create the best impression on the telephone, it is important to remember the following guidelines. speaking at a slightly slow rate than usual. So you don't talk so fast, probably as if you are in a hurry. Then you smile. When you smile, use a warm tone of voice. It can be felt in the phone. Emphasize the points that are important. Speak clearly. No unnecessary phoneing, so that you don't just make the person not to understand what you are trying to say. Then be positive. Tell them what you can do. Be concise. Avoid jargon and slangs. Be descriptive. Use gesture. Be natural. So that is also key. Then we talk about the golden rules. Say make your voice interesting to listen to by varying your pitch and your volume. Punctuate your voice and sentence by introducing effective pauses. When you talk, and you pause to make sure that the person is actually getting you. Then be clear and concise in what you say. Avoid bluffing and waffling. If you don't have the information that the customer requires, say so and offer to call back when you have found out the answers. You will gain far more respect from the customer if you admit you don't have information he or she wants at that particular time. Then we also have, when setting a time for you to call back the customer and give a proper answer, set yourself a reasonable deadline. Don't just be tempted to say, I will get back to you, I will ring you back in an hour. If you think you are not going to get the information back to that person in time, it is not proper for you to say that. Then listen to your customer rather than think about what you are going to say next. Sound genuinely interested in what they are saying, even if they are not saying what you would want them to say or what you would like to hear. When taking information down, such as name, address, telephone number, always read the data back to the customer in order to screen out any error. Always finish a call with a committed customer so as to make sure that you get answers to their requests. It is very key. So keeping up with the momentum as a customer service officer, you must keep up with momentum. Having gone through all this effort, it would be a thing of shame to let things slip by. Customer care is a lifelong commitment, but it requires work, investment, and commitment. Regular feedback from customer and from external and internal customers should ensure that standards are kept up and the level of service continues to improve. So regular training for staff and incentives can keep customer care at the top of agenda. You don't have to be a worldwide organization to commit to customer care. Any business can do it and benefit from it. So customer care is key to every organization, because you are, as a customer care officer, you are like the face of the organization. So we end here today, and during our class, questions will be asked. Thank you.